Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded at the goal line. He'll get about 3 to the 21. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down now. It's long, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Well, now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Bruh.
So from Seahawks territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here we go. Set. There's the pace. Let's go. Let's go.
Mahomes looking to throw on 4nd and 2. He is going to find Hill here. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Love. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
That one complete to Hill, and he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Looking left side, and he's got a man.
It's Love. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and goal.
Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Watch out for Hill on the return.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Love, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Gets this one to Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Myers connects on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just
despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Wilson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Touch 50, touch 50. Go, 14. Let's go.
Throwing is Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
25.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, man. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now it's Wilson. Rolling to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. The 20. 10. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember,
under pressure, they got him again. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They go play action with Wilson. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Wilson looking deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Jennings was the one he was looking for. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And Butker able to put this one through. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darren Lee in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. This is Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Hill on the return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. On first down, here's Love. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
This stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Here we go. He's coming. We got double.
They'll run again with Love on first down. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down now, it's Love, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away.
Didn't have a receiver up and downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Going to give it to Love. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Being on second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now they go screen. It's complete. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down. It's Carson. A good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run again with Carson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And Jennings has it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now it's Wilson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They'll run on first down. It's Love. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Staying on the ground, it's Love. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, here's Love. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Mahomes now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Seahawks on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision.
And the pressure gets to him again. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them, that's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Alert. One left. 51 to Mike.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Going for Metcalf. It got his man complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Again, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And say what you want about CenturyLink Field up in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory.
I wrote this a long time ago.
So for the
I don't know
Chiefs,
about this.
their
I
good
hope
start
someday
continues as they get their record up to 4-2.
And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gunn, certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my podcast partner, and our entire crew.
We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Both of you, quit it!
Every superhero has an origin story. We all gotta start somewhere. Once, there was the U.S. Air Force.
One of these tax prep services lets more people file for free. Is it TurboTax? Or each of us online? More people can file free with HMRBot Online than TurboTax. It's better than boss.
A migrant hope from Avid. To be there for the good and not so good. For the mundane, the awe-inspiring, the heart-racing, the heartbreaking. That's what life is all about. Showing up. Unless migraine steals your chance to say, I am here. We aim to change that with Aimovig, a preventive treatment for migraine in adults. One dose, once a month, is proven to reduce monthly migraine days. For some, by half or more. Don't take Aimovig if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or swelling can happen hours to days after use. Severe constipation can happen, sometimes with serious complications. Common side effects include injection site reactions and constipation. It doesn't matter what each day brings, so long as you can say, I am here. Aim to be there more. Talk to your doctor about Aimovig. The same is back. Those better tasting that crispy chicken are just as real. Until you get it. No choice but to move back home out of college. Things that made me a little more motivated to find a job. Turns out, they were right. To the window.